right, everybody, we're back for Thursday, March 23rd. We are going to be wrapping up this month pretty darn fast, which is just crazy to me that the month has gone by so fast. But we've had so many great headlines. Just like this headline right here. Twilight's original movie plan was very different and frankly dead on arrival. That was because it was going to actually be good. Those Twilight movies, holy jeez. I don't think I've watched a slower movie than those movies. Terrible. Actually, to be fair, I only watched the first one. I couldn't stomach the rest because they're just so slow and just so bleh. Anyway. All right. Moving right along. Misha Collins loves Tommy Lee Jones, even if his Two-Face performance was clownish. Yeah, so Tommy Lee Jones, what she's referring to is Tommy Lee Jones played Two-Face in Batman Forever that came out in 1995 that had Val Kilmer, Jim Carrey, Tommy Lee Jones as Two-Face, and Nicole Kidman in it. Now, some would say this is not a good Batman, that the Michael Keaton was better because he was the first one to take over. Val Kilmer was the first to take over after Michael Keaton. I think he did a pretty good job as a Batman. He had a good look. He had a good physique. His attitude, his Bruce Wayne was great. This is actually a pretty good movie. Jim Carrey's performance as the Riddler was outstanding. One of his best performances of goofiness and whatnot. I mean, he did an amazing job as a Riddler. And Tommy Lee Jones' Two-Face was exactly Two-Face. Like, he was a clownish character. He was a freak. This was a very true to the cartoon, or not the cartoon, the comic books. But it got poo-pooed because it wasn't Michael Keaton and it wasn't Tim Burton directing. But this is a good movie. You should check it out. That's why I did that headline, because you should, check it out. All right, Shazam, another movie one. Shazam 2 keeps Wonder Woman and Batman out of the picture in a clever way. Well, because they would overshadow Shazam, because Shazam's not that cool. Not as cool as Wonder Woman and Batman anyway. All right, moving right along, continuing with our talk on personal leadership and upward mobility, what it means to be a good employee, how to be successful in your job. But you can't look at how to be a good employee and what are the bad traits of an employee if you don't look at the leadership side. It's important because it's tough to be a good employee if your leadership is toxic or bad, right? And it's important to identify some of those things. Now, here's the thing to that is you choose to work at a business, right? I'm going to go be a dishwasher here. I'm going to go be a janitor here. I'm going to go be a busboy here. I'm going to go be a server over here. I'm going to go work in this office. Okay? You applied for a job. You accepted the job, which means you're in contract with the company to perform the job duties. Now, you don't always know what, the environment's going to be like. You try to figure that out during the interview, but sometimes it's not what you thought it would be. So here's how we identify some of those things that might say, this isn't the place for me, or my boss is a little, right? So here we go. Okay, how to identify toxic leaders. Again, don't take it from me. This is from Forbes. Forbes is a magazine. It's a financial business magazine, very reputable. What makes a toxic leader? Toxic leaders consistently use dysfunctional behaviors to deceive, right? Intimidate, coerce, get you to do something you didn't really want to do, or unfairly punish others to get what they want for themselves. So, toxic leaders, they use dysfunctional behavior to deceive, intimidate, coerce, or unfairly punish others to get what they want for themselves. Quite despicable, honestly. That's why it's called a toxic leadership, okay? So they're just, they want to win or they want to be the best or whatever, and so they do all these horrible things kind of in a shady way, not necessarily directly, to get what they want so that they're better, okay? Sometimes hard to identify, so here are some things to look for. This is from VantageCircle.com, which is an employment company that helps with, understanding your employment and stuff like that. All right, here's 10 warning signs about your boss, your leader, your manager. Leaders who do not put others first, right? If they're always first in line, they're always first to do this, or it's more important what they think or what they do. It doesn't really matter what's going on over here. Hey, Carl, I know you're worried about the dishes, but I'm more worried about what I need to do over here. So don't worry about the dishes. I'm going to focus on this guy over here or that guy over there, or myself, right? Not putting others first. The job of a leader is to survey the land of everybody and figure out how to help people. That's the job, because by helping people, it makes the company more successful, right? All right. Next one is leaders who do not listen. If they do not, I'm struggling, the dishes are falling off. Yeah, I don't care, just fix it, just do it, okay? Yeah, I'm having trouble with this thing or this person. Yeah, I don't have time for this right now, so just, you know what, just ignore them. If they never listen, if they never take the time to listen or check in, hey, how are things going over here? They don't do that stuff. They're not really focused on making sure that everybody's doing okay. Okay, bad sign. Next one is leaders who do not recognize. What does that mean, recognize? Hey, Carl, nice job. You went from 30 minutes to 25 minutes. Keep up the good work, buddy. I see that you're making progress. I see that you're working on this. Good job. Hey, Sally, I noticed the other day that Rob gave me a good review about how well you did. Hey, nice job. They recognize positive things that happen. Now, they may not see everything, but if they're not recognizing, if there's none of that, no kudos, no thanks, no nothing, it's a sign. Not always clear evidence that they're a bad leader, but it's a possible sign. Okay? Leaders who do not practice transparency. They don't tell you anything about the company. And you come in one day and your table for the extra dishes it's gone. It's gone, it's just gone. I was like, well, what happened? The whole kitchen has moved around. What? Your schedule has changed. You had a set schedule. You've been working that schedule for 6 months, and all of a sudden, boom, it's wildly different. No transparency. Transparency is, hey, look, you know what, Carl? I know we put this table here, but here's the thing. We're having trouble kind of getting around stuff. We got to figure this out, right? And the boss man, the owner, he's really not happy with the table. So we got to work this out. We're going to figure it out, okay? Hey, you know what? We're renovating the kitchen. We're going to make some changes. Not everything is going to be filtered through you, right? But transparency is talking about how things are going and what's going on, right? So if they're not doing that, again, not clear evidence that it's a bad leader in that instance, but it could be a sign. All right, leaders who lock themselves, leaders that lack self-confidence, right? Lack self-confidence really is a leader who doesn't communicate. It's someone that lacks self-confidence. They don't communicate. They just shy away. They don't answer questions. They don't engage. They don't have hard conversations with people. They lack self-confidence in that regard, okay? Again, that's not an end-all, but it could be trouble. Leaders who have a tendency to micromanage. They follow you around and they're constantly, Carl, there's 26 dishes there. You need to make sure the 26 dishes, come on, let's go. And they just stand there and watch 26 dishes, Okay, no, you're doing it wrong. Let me get in there and do that. It's micromanaging. Micromanaging is really, it's not just checking in. Hey, Carl, I'm going to stop by and just kind of see how things are going for a little bit. That's not micromanaging. That's just coaching and evaluation. Normal. Micromanaging is consistent. Every moment they're harping on you about what you're doing, how you're doing it, and you're not doing it fast enough, you're doing it too slow. That's micromanaging. Or they're doing the work for you. That's micromanaging. Checking in on you from time to time, not micromanaging, okay? Leaders who are inflexible. No, there's absolutely no way, Carl, that you can swing that table around. I don't care. There's plenty of room for people to walk. I don't care. I'm not moving it. It's not designed to be that way. It's not meant to be that way. No way. Inflexible, okay? An example of flexibility would be, well, you know what? I don't totally love it, but let me think about it a little bit and let's see what we can do. I understand the problem. Okay, I listened. I understand the problem. Let me think about it a little bit, see what we can do. That's flexibility. Now, that doesn't mean that it's going to happen, but they're open to the change. That's flexibility. If they're not flexible at all, another sign. All right, last one here. Leaders who lack authority. Okay. Leaders who lack authority. This kind of goes with the self-confident ones. So, hey, been trying to work faster at doing the dishes, but Joe, the prep cook over there, he keeps dumping stuff like on the floor and stuff like that. It's just really making it hard for me to do my job. Is there any way that you could talk to him? No. Or, yeah, sure, I'll get to that, but never do it. They lack authority. Or, hey, I'd love to help you out, but my boss, he won't let me talk to that guy. He's the owner's son or whatever. I can't do it. I don't have the authority to do it. That would be lacking authority. Those are signs that might not be good. Again, these aren't deal breakers necessarily, but enough of them could be. And if it is a deal breaker, and this is your favorite place you wanted to work, this is the restaurant you've been wanting to work at your whole life, you know what? Maybe it just isn't working out, but you may have to make a change. Again, personal leadership allows you to evaluate these things honestly. Is it me, the employee, or is it the boss? Maybe I need to talk to some friends about it. Maybe I need to talk to, someone else in the company about it. Maybe I need to, maybe I just need to change jobs. I mean, that's always part of it, but that's why we talk about upward mobility, because changing jobs, that's a positive thing. I've been doing this dishwasher job for a long time at this, little restaurant, and there's a dishwasher job over here at this other place. They pay a little bit more, and I really like that restaurant. So, hey, I'm gonna try and go for that job. Okay, that's part of upward mobility. All right, the good news is the ball is in your court. Like I said, if you don't like the place you're working at, you don't have to work there. Yeah, you need a job. Yeah, you need money. Yeah, took a long time to get that job, but you know what? Start looking while you're there. No big deal. People change jobs. I mean, they don't love it, but if you don't love your job, you don't love where you're at, if you're not motivated, if you're not behind the company, you're not really doing you or that company or anybody that works there any favors. Do yourself a favor with your personal leadership. Take control of your life, man or woman, and make that change. But starts here, personal leadership. All right, let's see what's happening here in Modesto this weekend. I know what's happening on Friday night. 48-hour film contest, Friday night, the premiere. Let's see if we made it. We made our movie last weekend or the weekend before, and we submitted it, got submitted. Only the top 16 are gonna be viewed. Only the top 16 are gonna be viewed. However, you may buy a ticket and you may sit there for the whole entire show and not see our video if we didn't make the top 16. No guarantees. We don't know, but I'm going. We got a few other folks that are going. If you want tickets, go to the State Theater. You can walk over there. It's a couple blocks away, or you can go online. The thing is like www.statetheater.org, or just search Modesto State Theater and find the 48-hour film contest. You can buy tickets online. $10 a ticket. They got food, drinks, popcorn, all that kind of good stuff. There'll be a red carpet. That's pretty cool. There'll be a red carpet there that night for everybody to walk on. So that's pretty cool. So that's what's coming up. Let's see what Gabrielle's got for us as well. Might be the same thing.
George, thank you so much for visiting us here in Modesto. Thanks for coming.
Good morning, everybody. Here we are on Thursday. Down the slope we go to the weekend. And it's Thursday, the 23rd. And today is our day to talk about what's going on and around and about in town. Well, the big thing coming up is the Modesto Marathon. Yes. Walk, run, ride, jog, however you want to get out there. It's a marathon. What is a marathon? I think it's 26 miles. Never ran one. I did half a marathon one time when I was in college, but woof, it's a lot of running. But they start in downtown Fresno. That's because I ran the one in Fresno when I was in college. Modesto. And they go down all of our nice tree-lined streets over by MJC, and they mamble their way up, and they go up into the Patterson area, and they see the beautiful, Patterson Pass, and all right down the snow on it. Beautiful. Hopefully all the water's gone away, and they're not in flood waters trying to run through that. I'm sure they'll, fix the pathway to go. But it is a big thing. You can stand along the roadways and cheer people on if you know of somebody that's in it or you're going to participate in it. You can be at the finish line. There's usually lots of fun things going on, but it's kind of a big deal. You don't think about it. People come from all over the place to run in marathons. It's just not going to be Modesto people here, I guarantee you. They're going to come from far and wide. A lot of runners that run a lot, and this is what they do. They come to ones like ours, to get in endurance and get themselves going for like bigger ones, like, the Boston Marathon and the New York Marathon and all of those. They've got to travel all over to keep their running legs going, so to say. So it's something to be proud of. Not every town has a marathon. We have beautiful terrain here, and I'm sure that's why they like to come and enjoy that as well. It's hopefully not going to be rainy, right? So if you get a chance and you'd like to come out and watch them cross the finish line or look up the route and maybe go stand on it and cheer somebody on that you might not even know or somebody you might know running. So that's what's going on this week.
All right, let's go back in the bearded past with Zach.
Hey, everybody, how you doing? It's Thursday, and we're about to go back in the bearded past with Zach, doing things a little differently this time. The year 2021, 2 years ago, guys. 2 years ago. Remember that ship that didn't know how to steer in the Suez Canal? Well, that's now part of history. It says a container ship runs aground and obstructs the Suez Canal for 6 days, and they're still trying to catch up. Oh my goodness, I tells you. Also, too, in 1806, one of the biggest expeditions in the United States, the Louisiana Purchase had been bought in 1803. We had Lewis and Clark and the Corps of Discovery. They began their arduous journey home. So they had completed a trip basically from St. Louis, because at that point St. Louis was the furthest west you could go. They considered that the West. They went from St. Louis all the way to the Pacific Ocean, walking, going up the rivers. I mean, just an incredible journey, guys. I mean, think about it. Like, sometimes when we look down just like Tully Road and we think like, man, that's a long walk down Tully. These guys walked like around half of the country, not knowing what Native Americans were out there, not knowing what animals were out there. I mean, they actually drew pictures of all the various things that they came around. Also in 1868, any of you guys ever decide to go to Cal Berkeley? Well, guess what? That was founded in 1868. And also, we're going to go last but not least, we're going to Kit. There's a crazy tornado outbreak in 1913. Killed more than 240 people, my goodness, in the central United States. While an ongoing flood in Ohio watershed was killing up to 650. I don't know, kind of sounds like the weather we're having today. All right, guys, have a good one, man.
All right, everybody, that is it for Thursday, March 23rd. Hope you all have a great day. Tomorrow we'll kind of wrap things up, talk about movies, and get ready for the weekend. All right, take care, everybody.